Yo, people, we're saying it's your boy Muzi 13, and we are back for the match preview for the Arsenal versus Manchester City Carabao Cup final this weekend. I am buzzing, but let's get into the preview notes before we get into the actual preview itself. So, like I said, this is the Carabao Cup final. Arsenal are going to be facing Manchester City for the first time at Wembley since the Community Shield in 2023. Obviously, that game ended 1-1 before we went to pens. Cole Palmer scored around the 77th minute. Trussell scored late into injury time, and Arsenal won on pens 4-1. Arsenal don't have the best head-to-head record against Manchester City in the League Cup. We've previously played them three times and lost all three: 4-1 in 2020, 3-0 in 2018, and 1-0 in the 2011 game. However, one thing you need to take into comment at that time was those were years where Arsenal were inferior to Manchester City. So bear that in mind for the context. But in the future, though, or lately, however, Arsenal are unbeaten the last 5 games against Manchester City in the league. We have 2 wins and 3 draws. This is also first versus second in the Premier League. Arsenal are going to be obviously fancying their chances against Manchester City as they are in poor form. If you look at Man City's last 5 games, they've won 1, drawn 2, and lost 2. However, Arsenal are in good form. In our last 5 games, we've won 4 and we've drawn 1. Arsenal are actually undefeated in all competitions since that United lost in January, which is crazy. I think about 14, 15 games now. And most of them have been wins. I think maybe out of those 15 or 16 games, maybe only 2 or 3 have been draws. So Arsenal are in really good form. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to this game. It's been interesting seeing some of the team news and some of the stuff that's come out. Arteta has mentioned that Timber and Odegaard are a possibility for the final. I think they're probably in training. Probably make the squad. I don't know about if Odegaard's gonna make the squad. Maybe he's gonna be on the bench. Definitely not gonna start. Timber apparently he's close to making it. I think he's gonna start this game. Arteta's probably gonna look at Doku's threat and looking like Timber is gonna be maybe the one to neutralize that. But yeah, Arsenal have to take this game to Man City. This is not one of those games where you just sit back, type of thing, and then hopefully you can just hit them on the break. Man City are very susceptible. Obviously, I'm not saying go gung ho, but kind of mix it up, right? So our midfield is in good form. Rasmus Many obviously had a good game against Leverkusen. I expect them to play a huge role in our build-up, providing the ball for our forward line, like the likes of Trossard, Eze, Saka, Gyökeres. I actually did a predictor lineup video as well. You guys can check my page for that. But regardless, our Man City are not in good form right now. They're very shaky, and Arsenal need to start the game with the right tempo. First 10, 15 minutes, go at them. Nothing silly, nothing stupid. Don't get stupid yellows or anything that's going to make you walk on a tightrope. But just make sure that they know that that threat is there. It's going to be interesting to see how we target them on set pieces. I feel like we can get at them. Man City don't really strike me as the most convincing defending set pieces. Donnarumma has been very, very good for them, but apparently James Trafford is going to be starting the final. Pep Guardiola came out in his press conference and said that today. I don't think Arteta mentioned anything about that, but Kepa has been the cup keeper. I do expect Kepa to start. So Kepa, Trafford starting, not going to be that much of a difference there. I would have been a bit worried, not going to lie, if Donnarumma started this game, assuming we went to pens, because on pens, that guy is scary, man. He's so good at saving pens. So hopefully it doesn't go to pens, but if it goes to pens, I know James Trafford is not at the level of Donnarumma, unless they decide to sub him on in extra time. We'll see. But regardless of that, Arsenal should be taking this game to Man City. They're weak in confidence. I'm not gonna say we're gonna batter them or anything. I actually think it's gonna be a close fought game, but I do think Arsenal is gonna have just enough to get this result over the line. The forward players are going to relish this. They're going to be looking at Man City's defense and they know that they can attack them. Mark Gay, he is ineligible for this game, so he's going to miss the final. He's not going to play, and he's been a huge part to play at Man City ever since he signed for them. So that's good news, at least, that we're going to be facing them with maybe not necessarily our strongest defense. Obviously, we know Vardio's out for the season, so you might be looking at maybe Diaz and Stones or Diaz and Kusanov at center back. It's going to be interesting to see if he decides to do Diaz and Stones, because Stones hasn't really played a lot lately. He might be rusty for a final. So I think he'll probably go with Diaz and Kusanov. But yeah, I'm very confident in this game. Like I said, it's not even any cockiness, but you just have to look at what Arsenal have done so far. Arsenal are actually unbeaten in all the cup competitions that we've played this season. Champions League, we've played 10 games now, because we played 8 in the league phase. We played 2 in a round of 16. So yeah, 10 games, we've won 9 and drawn 1. Insane record. In the EFL Cup, obviously I mean, actually, technically, you could lose a game in the EFL Cup in like the semis and still go through, but we're unbeaten in that. Same as Man City, obviously. FA Cup, obviously, we're still in there in the quarterfinals. So we've been very good, very flawless in the cup games, and I'm expecting that to continue. I think Arsenal get their first trophy over the line on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be in a pub in Toronto watching that game. Hopefully we get that win, the first trophy, and I feel like that first trophy will really galvanize the rest of the team and be like, okay, we won our first trophy. Let's kick on now. Let's lock off the league. Let's go for an FA Cup final. Let's go for the Champions League final. Let's see what's available, and the sky's the limit for this team. So hopefully Arsenal lock in. Let's get this job done. Let's get this. I almost at 3 points. That's how you know I'm used to the league. But let's get this win. Let's get that trophy lifted, and we can go into the international break enjoying it. Imagine if we win a trophy and we can just get to enjoy that for 2 weeks without any football. I would love to see that. On the flip side, though, if we lose, knock wood, we don't, then you have to stew on that for 2 weeks. So yeah, I need us to win this game because I feel like we win this game, we kind of just kill off City's hopes. They're gonna be like, damn, we're 9 points behind the league, and we just lost the cup final to them, and we're out of the Champions League. We only really have the FA Cup to fight for. We need to demoralize them before we even go to play them in the league. So, yeah, Arsenal are going to get the job done this game. I'm actually going to go for an Arsenal 2-1 win. And something is just telling me that Gabriel has a bullet header loaded from a corner this game. It feels like it's been a minute. Obviously, Leverkusen, he probably should have scored 1 or 2 goals, but I feel like he's going to make up for it in this final. So, yeah, I'm going to go for an Arsenal 2-1 win. Gabriel and Eze are going to be my goal scorers, and I'm going to say Haaland probably scores for them because for some reason this guy loves scoring against us. But, yeah, it's been your boy, Muzi13. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow all that good stuff. Arsenal, don't let me down. Let's get that win. Come on, you Gunners. It's been your boy, Muzi13. I'm out. Peace.